Hello students, welcome to Edutap. I'm Surbhi Sardana and we are taking this session for ACE Descriptive Writing for your SEBI Grade A Legal examination. Just let me know in the chat section if the audio is clear to you, if my voice is audible to you. Let me know in the chat section there and then we'll proceed with this session. All right. So I think, yes, the audio is clear to all of you and the video has clarity. So again, displaying the banner, this is ACE Descriptive Writing for SEBI Grade A Legal Examination. Phase 2 of your examination has two papers, that is paper 1 and paper 2. As you can see, the paper 1 is with regards to your English descriptive section and the paper 2. Paper 2 has two parts. The first part is the multiple choice questions, that is 70 MCQs will be asked from you, and the second part has 3 descriptive questions of 10 marks each. Now this is a newly added section and we have brought up this series for ACE Descriptive Writing to help you tackle this part of the syllabus, that is 3 descriptive questions which nobody has an idea about. What questions will be asked, how to answer them, how to approach them, how to study for them. So we have been bringing up sessions before you on alternate day basis. We started last Monday and this is today the 4th session for ACE Descriptive Writing for this exam. So yes, your 30 marks here are entirely coming from descriptive portion, and also the 100 marks here, this English, this is also going to be descriptive. So all the tricks and all the tips that you will be learning here will help you in 130 marks of your exam. All right, so let's move on regarding 2 courses. Let's get to know about 2 courses which Edutap has brought to you. The first one that I would like to introduce you to is the test series. Now see, what happens is we keep on studying, we do not look at the syllabus, and even if we prepare topic by topic, we do not get any place to assess us chapter wise. So here in the Edutap test series in phase 2 examination, you will have chapter wise test. Chapter-wise test would be given. After that, full-length test with evaluation would be conducted because your descriptive part is new, and to understand descriptive portion, to get better in it, to improve in it, what you need is evaluation. Now, evaluation can come from anywhere. Your friends can also evaluate that. But here at Edutap, through this test series, our experts will be evaluating your answers, your responses. So definitely by this, not just this, we are also providing you one-to-one mentor support. This mentor will guide you throughout your preparation. She will tell you how you need to plan your study, how many hours you need to study, which subjects or which topics have to be taken first and which ones have to be taken later. So these 2 parts are very important. You don't get it anywhere else. It's being brought to you by just Team Edutap. So definitely subscribe to test series, definitely purchase these test series as they are available on a very heavy discount right now. The next course that I want you to know about is the live crash course. Now there are so many of us who feel that we have read a lot but we do not know what are the important topics for the exam, or is what I have studied, is it relevant from the examination point of view? Is it relevant or not? So hence, to tackle that, live classes with experienced faculty members for each and every subject would be conducted. These are not recorded lectures unlike other places. These are one-to-one live classes. You can ask your doubts, you can ask about anything in your preparation during these live classes, and all the important topics which have a high probability of being asked in the exam, they will be covered in these live classes. Not just this, for your revision purposes, ready-made short notes would be provided to all of you who buy this live crash course. And finally, the test series with one-to-one mentor support and free evaluation that I talked about here, that we just discussed, This test series is available for free as part of this live crash course package. So if you subscribe, if you buy live crash course, this test series with one-on-one mentor support is available free of cost. So do not delay. The examination is on 9th of September. You do not have a lot of days to prepare. You do not have a lot of days to go. So definitely buy one of these courses and help yourself make it to the final list. Now coming back to the descriptive writing session, first of all, this is an approach that we have been following. What we emphasize here on is the importance of thinking before you write. So the reading part, all of you are doing since you're preparing for phase 2. We understand you're reading very much, you're reading a lot, you're reading very well. You have read in the past as well. But for writing, you cannot go directly here. There is a think part. Thinking regarding the structure of your answers, thinking regarding which points have to be put first and which ones have to be put later, thinking regarding various parts of the answer, introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion, how to frame these answers. Everything has to come, everything has to be developed slowly, and this will come with a lot of thought that will go behind this process. So what we do is, for ACE descriptive writing, we always take a 4-step approach at Edutap. What is the 4-step approach? First of all, you read the question, find out the keywords in the question, and recognize the directives in the question. The third one is frame micro questions out of it. Just try to understand what is the examiner asking you and what is the straightforward question that you have to answer. Answer each micro question one by one, and then finally write a structured answer, introduction, body part, and conclusion. If you have any doubts regarding this approach, we have taken 3 lectures already regarding structuring an answer, regarding how to write a good answer, how to make it presentable. We will be taking a lot of tips in the subsequent session and today's session as well. But definitely check out the previous 3 videos. They are available in the live section of our channel, that is Edutap live section. If you go there, you can find out ACE descriptive writing. 3 videos are available. So definitely check them out. And finally, we reach here to our answer blueprint. The answer blueprint says that your answer should appear to the examiner in 3 parts. What are these 3 parts? These are introduction, where you start with focus on the topic or the theme. The second one is main body, where you have subheadings and you answer each subheading separately. The third one is conclusion. Whenever you're concluding an answer, you either give a way ahead or you give a solution. Now, what are the various aspects which you have to keep in mind when you're answering these parts? First of all, when you read the sample question, read it carefully. Note the keywords and make micro questions. Second one, start with focus on the topic or theme in your introduction, and what should introduction have? We'll look at what should all parts be there. So yes, introduction should have relevance, conciseness, and links to the body. When you come to answering the body part, arrange all your points in order of importance. Write in a mixture of paragraph and points, and if you cannot take the mixture, just write in point format and make sure the numbering is correct. You're not using the same numbering for the headings and for the subparts as well. Use separate numberings. Make sure you don't make any spelling mistakes. Headings should convey the idea properly, because sometimes what happens, the examiner will only read the headings. He will not read the rest of the parts. Finally, there should be a relation between problem and solutions. And finally, end your answer with a conclusion. Give a way forward or write good recommendations in your conclusion. Always write objectively. Be very objective with your answers. Do not be very emotional or do not add a lot of subjectivity. Whatever is there is there. If you do not know the answer, that's all. Do not beat around the bush. If you know the answer, then study these tips with us, study these, the way to approach answer writing with us. The prerequisites for good answer is always a very active mind. You can't be lethargic when you're taking your exam or even when you're studying. No matter if you're studying even for 2-3 hours. Make sure that those 2-3 hours are more productive than somebody else's 10 hours. All right, always have an active mind. Second, always have a positive outlook, especially while you're writing your answers, because in the objective section, your attitude will not be visible. But in the descriptive section, the examiner will be able to see what kind of personality you have. He'll be able to figure that out with the introduction itself. So always have that positive outlook. Look at always the glass half full. Now what we'll do is, from today onwards, we'll take one question each day, one by one. Now this question has been given to you as homework in the past 3 days. In the past week, this question was given to you as homework, and many of you have been sending us comments in the comment section of our YouTube videos. So yes, kudos to all of you. The answers and the responses that all of you sent, they are more or less correct. Some additions which are required can be studied through here. So let's read the question. Let's discuss how will we start it, or do we need an introduction or not. We'll also see what are the points required, how to answer the body part of the question, and what are the ways which you can take to answer that. So first of all, what is the role of Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, as outlined in the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act of 1992, and its main functions in regulating the securities market. So first of all, the clarity that will come is through the keywords. So what are the keywords here? We discussed it in the previous lectures. What are the keywords? The first keyword is SEBI. Role of SEBI is being asked. SEBI is the keyword, and SEBI Act and its main functions regulating the securities market. So look at things in the underlined form. All these are keywords. What are the directives here? What is the directive? Basically, this is the easiest directive that you've got. That means you have to directly talk about what is being asked in the question. So what is the role of Securities and Exchange Board of India as outlined in this SEBI Act of 1992 and its main functions in regulating the securities market? So basically, this is one question only. Regarding the SEBI Act, we have to talk about functions of SEBI in regulating the securities market. So let's start by talking about SEBI. What can you talk about SEBI? That whether it was created in 1992. Statutory body, regulatory body. Now these things are already mentioned. Anything which is controlled by act, any body that is controlled by an act is a statutory body, because it has been created by a statute, that is law. So do not say that it is a statutory body. Do not say it was created in the year 1992. Talk about something else. Talk about financial markets. Talk about how important it is to regulate financial markets in the country. Just refer to that. Once you refer to that, create the importance of SEBI in the introduction itself. Then just say that following are the points in which SEBI is actually performing these functions. Let's look at introduction, and then it will become clear to you. Look at the first line here. The realm of financial markets is a dynamic and intricate domain where the proper functioning and integrity of securities trading are paramount. So here you've not mentioned that SEBI is a regulatory body established in 1992 or the backdrop of it. Yes, you can also mention some history, but you can never start with the negative history. Start with the importance. What is SEBI doing? It is regulating financial markets. So just say that this is a very important domain. Dynamic. Realm of financial markets is a dynamic and intricate domain where the proper functioning and integrity of securities trading are paramount. So now you have established the need. The need is of an organization which does all that. Now introduce SEBI, the Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI is a crucial regulatory authority established to oversee and govern the activities within the securities market. So what you've done is general reference has been given in these 2 lines. Now explain that a bit. See, writing a good introduction is very much equivalent to having a simple conversation with your friend. If your friend asks you this question, how will you start? You will obviously talk about financial markets. You will obviously talk about the scams that were going on before SEBI was a strong body. Will you or will you not? So just like you have a regular conversation in your daily life, that is the purpose of introduction. It basically serves as a warm-up factor for your answer. Then enshrined in the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act of 1992, SEBI holds the responsibility of maintaining transparency, fairness and efficiency in the Indian securities market while safeguarding the interest of investors and fostering the development of this pivotal financial sector. Now look at this line. The first two lines, they were general reference. To explain that, we have used the help of this act and we have briefly told the examiner what all is enshrined in this act, what are the duties of SEBI. So duties are two-way. First of all, to protect the interest of investors. Secondly, to regulate the financial market. And then it makes an intelligent answer. Enshrined in the SEBI Act 1992, SEBI holds the responsibility of maintaining transparency, fairness and efficiency in the Indian securities market while safeguarding the interests of investors and fostering the development of this pivotal financial sector. So yes, this might appear tough, but it's actually the same thing that you have been reading. The way to put it is a little different. Now, the following are the key provisions of SEBI Act 1992. This is our linking point. Wherever you will use the word following, that is your linking point. The following are the key provisions of the SEBI Act of 1992 that elucidate the primary functions that SEBI undertakes to achieve its objectives, thereby delineating its pivotal role in shaping the Indian securities landscape. So the following points can be talked about. This is exactly the thing that has been asked in the question. You have been asked about role of SEBI in regulating the financial market. So let's talk about role. We'll not get into very much detail, but at least let's look at the headings. Now see, headings have been not asked from you directly. What has been asked from you is, give us the role of SEBI, give us the functions of SEBI. So there are multiple approaches you can take. Either write 10 functions or 5 functions if you just know 5. That's good. Or divide the 5 functions that you know into some theme. Have theme-based functions and explain that theme. This approach of theme-based functions, as you will see here, is known to bag more marks in the examination as compared to straightforward points. So for example, as you can see, this is the regulatory oversight. First thing in bold. Second, investor protection. Third, development and regulation of the market. Fourth, ensuring fair practices. Fifth, registration and supervision. Sixth, prohibition of insider trading. Seventh, investigation and enforcement. And eighth, promoting investor education and awareness. So basically there are 8 points that we could zero down the functions of SEBI to. So you can have them in themed format. Or if you know just one line about these points, do not go for the theme, go for straightforward points. But whenever you can take this theme-based approach, take that. Now come back. Body paragraph. Starting with point number 1, regulatory oversight. Obviously, we know that SEBI is responsible for regulatory oversight. Point number 2, SEBI is responsible for investor protection. Yes, we know that. Now, I will go aside so that you're able to see this information. Also, don't worry about reading it all. I know it's a lot of information because this is a descriptive answer writing class. So we cannot write in bullet points. That's a lot of information, but the entire PDF would be uploaded on our Telegram channel. So don't write it. First thing, regulatory oversight. How many lines does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say this is your answer screen. 6 lines under first theme. Are you able to read these 6 lines? Or are you motivated to read these 6 lines? Or let's say 5 lines here. 5.5 lines here. Is any one of you motivated enough to read all this paragraph? We are not motivated. And If even in this live session, you are not motivated to read these 5 lines, I'm standing in front of you because I know that you won't be, motivated enough to read them. Then why will the examiner read your answer? Why will the examiner feel motivated to read your answer? They want crisp responses, they want clear responses, and they want sure responses. They also want your answer to appear good, to be legible, so that even with no effort at all, even when the examiner is not making any effort to read your answer, she is still able to get the idea about what you have written. So this is what we are going to do here. Look at this regulatory oversight. I'll read the first point for you. Then I'll take you to the next slide, which will explain the same points but in a different format. So SEBI is vested with the power to regulate various participants in the securities market, including issuers, intermediaries, market infrastructure entities. This is line 1. It formulates rules, regulations, and guidelines that govern their conduct. That's operations and disclosures. That is line number 2. Third, SEBI's oversight extends to various securities, including equities, bonds, derivatives, and mutual funds, thereby covering a wide spectrum of financial instruments. Now see, you've given a lot of information. If you have written all this information there, and as a law student, if you have been able to recall all this information, kudos to you. But the examiner does not know which prepositions have you used, what are the relationships between second or third line, and neither does he or she put the effort to know about it. So you will be given average or below average marks. On the other hand, look at the same point but in a different manner. Regulatory oversight. First point, regulates various participants in the securities market, including issuers, intermediaries, and market infrastructure entities. First point, or just say regulates issuers, intermediaries, market infrastructure entities, etc. Participants in securities market, etc. Participants in securities market. This is your first bullet point. If you do not have bullet points in your answer, use the Roman numbering or use a small dash. You will be able to find out one or the other method to give subpoints to your themes. Second, the first point was regulates, the second is formulates. What does it formulate? Rules, regulations, guidelines that govern their conduct, operations, and disclosures. The third one is oversees various securities, including equities, bonds, derivatives, mutual funds, thereby covering a wide spectrum of financial instruments. So I think these 3 points which are given in bullet, these are more legible and more clear to you. The examiner can properly see what is being written, what has been written in the answer. How many topics or how many things are being mentioned. Everything is very much clear in the second approach as compared to this first one. So always, whenever you can, especially for long answers, especially for objective answers, use this approach. Similarly, for point number 2, investor protection. How do you ensure investor protection? First word, enforces transparency. If the examiner reads this, that SEBI enforces transparency, he'll be able to understand, Second, provides investors with accurate and timely information. So that is how you make your answer legible to the examiner. That is how you get more marks as compared to your competitors. So use this approach. Whenever you have to write a theme, use bold letters. You will not have the option of bold or italic or underline, but you can use capital letters there. All right, let's move on to the next points. Development and regulation of markets. So I'll read this out for you. In the comment section after this class, download the PDF and in the comment section, answer the same theme and the same content in more approachable or more attractive format. That will be your homework for the day. Development and regulation of the market. I think everybody is clear about this, that SEBI lays down norms for fair trading practices, monitoring market manipulation, and preventing insider trading. So, fourth, ensuring fair practices. Task of preventing unfair trade practices such as, what are these? Price rigging, insider trading, and market manipulation. It establishes code of conduct for market participants to maintain fairness and integrity within the securities market. Registration and supervision, this is also being seen by SEBI. Prohibition of insider trading, will not read it out full. 7th, investigation and enforcement, again, SEBI is responsible for it to maintain accountability and deter illicit activities. 8th one, promoting investor education and awareness. Finally, we need to sum up this answer. We need to close this answer. You cannot leave your answer here, the end. No. You need to sum up your answer so that your intention of answering the question becomes clear to the examiner. You always have to close your answers with a conclusion. So what can be the conclusion? What can be the conclusion? All the people watching it live here, let me know whether you will give a way forward. This is the best way to conclude your answers. Can you give a way forward here? Or will you summarize? Will you summarize all the 8 points that you have written? Or what you will do is, you will highlight that how important SEBI is, how crucial SEBI is for Indian financial market or for protecting interest of investors. What are the, out of the 3 ways, which way will you use? Will you give a recommendation or a way forward? Will you summarize? Or will you highlight the importance of SEBI? Let me know in the chat section, all of you. Or any other way if you want, just let me know there as well. Yes, waiting for your responses, then we'll move ahead. Then we'll see what do we have in conclusion here. First of all, can we have a way forward or a recommendation for this question? Is there a problem that has been talked about? So if there is no problem that is there in the question, what you are supposed to write is role of SEBI, functions of SEBI. In a way, why is SEBI important? This is the question. In a way, the examiner is asking you, why is SEBI important? So highlight the importance of SEBI in conclusion. There is no need to give a way forward or a solution when there is no problem. Had there been a problem regarding functioning of SEBI, regarding the board of SEBI, regarding the people associated with SEBI, and that problem had been circulating in current affairs in the past 1 year, then you could have highlighted that problem and solution. But as of now, nothing is happening. Everything is clean and clear. So just conclude by highlighting importance of SEBI. That is, in conclusion, the Securities and Exchange Board of India operates as the vanguard of Indian securities market, upholding the principles of transparency, fairness, and investor protection. So this is basically summarizing what we have written in our body. Empowered by the SEBI Act of 1992, it plays a pivotal role in shaping the landscape of the Indian financial ecosystem with its multifaceted functions aimed at fostering a thriving, secure, and well-regulated securities market. So this is again a paraphrasing of the information that you gave in introduction and the body part. So we've used different words to summarize and write our conclusion. So that's why we say that conclusion is the easiest part of your answer. So that's all for this answer. Definitely download the PDF. But before signing off, we have a homework question for you, and this is going to be a tough one. This is one of the toughest questions that can be expected if you've not read. So discuss the maxim actus non facet reum nisi mens citria. So the introduction for this we've written in the last week when we were discussing introduction. We've also written keywords and directives for this. Now you have to discuss it as if it were a 10-marker question for 400 words. Write it down in the comment section. The discussion for this question will be taken tomorrow at 4 p.m. Before 4 p.m. on Wednesday, not tomorrow, 4 p.m. on Wednesday, the discussion will happen. Make sure that your responses reach us before that time. And for today, the question regarding SEBI that we discussed, make sure that you post your comments regarding better ways to answer the same question with the same content, because that is what will make all the difference. And yes, we have been receiving responses like that will include a lot of typing. I understand that typing answers in the comment section will include a lot of typing, but the thing is, you need to be ready with your typing speed, first of all. Secondly, if there is a problem that you do not have a big keyboard, if you're typing comments with the help of your mobile phones only, then I understand that can be a problem. So in that case, what you can do is you can use some online audio to text converter. That can be done. And then copy paste your answer in the comment section. That can be done. Also, the content for the questions has been provided to you in the form of a PDF on our Telegram channel. You can copy paste it and then edit it there. Editing would be easier as compared to typing. All right. So yes, I'm taking the comments coming or the messages coming in the chat section. Yes, Nitesh, that is right. When you're explaining this maxim, that you're very right, that without guilty intention, there can be no crime. That is what this maxim is about, as we'll discuss in the Wednesday's lecture. But it just does not have to be one-line definition. I'm sure you will not write one-line definition. So be ready with examples from Indian law or examples around the world where this maxim has been used. Okay. If you can't talk about, then talk about the origin of this maxim. It is Latin and its applicability in Indian law. Do you know about any judgments? Do you know, let's say IPC is a part of your syllabus. Does IPC follow it? If it does follow it, which are those sections or which are those areas? So we will need at least 3 examples, for justifying this maxim. And the initial parts of our answer will be used for defining this or for explaining this, but the body parts should also have some examples, especially from Indian law, especially from the laws which are a part of your syllabus in this exam. So definitely check that out and let us know in the comment section what are your responses. Post your answers in the comment section under this video. I'll see you with another discussion on Wednesday again at 4 p.m. Till then, just stay tuned. Keep working hard. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. You can write great answers. You can type in time. You can recall the exact information in time. The first thing is having faith in yourself. Because if you start judging yourself, if you start to disbelieve yourself, then there is nobody coming to help you. It's just you for yourself. So believe that you can write great answers. Practice by posting in the comment section. It helps us. It helps us to evaluate you better. It helps us understand your needs. Stay tuned to Edutap. Thank you for joining in for this session. You can email us regarding any of your needs at hello@edutap.co.in, or you can also call us and book a session with us at 8146207241. I'll see you again Wednesday 4 p.m. Till then, stay tuned and all the very best for your exam.